Hello, Brown Nation. Welcome to another episode of KG Physique. Today I'm going to talk about how I improved my back and shoulders. And I went from having a pretty mid sort of front in that this is what it looked like back in 2023 when I was 43 years old. So this is what I look like now at 46. So stay tuned. I'm going to talk about what made me improve my upper body in my mid 40s when people say you're getting old and you can't sort of put on size. I'm going to tell you how I did that. Keep watching. Firstly, let's go through the medical disclaimer. Okay, so you can see a clear difference in my shoulders here from if you look at my left shoulder, which is on the right of the image, compared to the 2023 photo, which is on the left. You can see clear difference in the shoulders, in the chest development, and overall width of my front. And then on the other side, you can also see the same with my back as well. Clear definition and increase in the lats, clear separation in the upper scapula, a lot wider. Um, and both these photos were taken at the same time, about 8 weeks out of my show. So the photo on the left, 2023, 8 weeks out of my 2023 season C IFBB championships. And then this one on the right is from just last week. So when I was 8 weeks out from the 2026 IFBB Vic championships. So clear difference in that. And then also, if you look at my 2022 pose when I competed, and you look at my pose that I did last week at the gym in the posing room, you can clearly see some development in the shoulders and overall the way I present as well. And then also clear definition and fullness in my shoulders, chest, and all. But of course, the lower abs, I'm 8 weeks out of this stage in the photo in the posing room. So that's going to take the fat will come off over the next sort of 7 weeks. But you can clearly see difference in the shoulders, the fullness, the roundness, and the rear delts compared to what I looked like back in 2022. So let's run through what my training schedule was. Firstly, I'm going to talk about that and how that sort of helped. And then we can go through all the PEDs and what I took from there. So first thing now with my gym schedule, as you can see, I take a rest day on a Monday. You guys tell me what day you take a rest day, but I prefer taking a rest day on a Monday because it gives me the Monday the gym is really busy. So it gives me the opportunity to rest on a Monday when the gym is really crowded, especially in the evenings. And also lets me train on the weekends, Saturday, Sunday when the gym is empty. तो I don't know आप लोग कौन से जिम में जाते हो, but ये जिम यहाँ पे जो है, it's open Saturday, Sunday, pretty much 24 hours. I think इंडिया में होते होंगे अभी 24-hour gyms, यहाँ पे तो बहुत है. So 24-hour gym, I can go anytime, Saturday, Sunday. मैं रात को जाता हूँ around rather शाम को जाता हूँ 6:30, 7 o'clock on a Saturday, Sunday. Empty gym, I can video myself, make sure my form is right. I have all the equipment to myself, so it's pretty good. You know, I enjoy that sort of that environment. फिर So the other thing is now, one thing that's really important when you want to develop a body part is how often you're training it. So you can see here, I do back twice a week, shoulders twice a week, one day for chest and one day for legs. I'm a men's physique competitor. So for me, legs are important. My legs are pretty good, but they're not bodybuilding good. A lot of focus on my back and shoulders to get that V look. So when you look at the front pose, right, from my posing video, this one here, you see that as the back and chest, back and shoulders start to get wider and the waist comes in, you get what's called a V look. So that V is what we're chasing in men's physique, which you don't tend to get in classic and bodybuilding. You're looking for more of a X physique. While you can see here in men's physique, you want that V, so as wide shoulders and back as you can get, and as small a waist as you can get. So that's going to happen. And for that, I need to train my back and shoulders twice a week to get more strength in. Chest, one workout, you can see my chest is already quite well developed, and then legs once a week. In terms of the sets I do now, that depends on you. Now, you have to understand the other thing is I'm on gear, so I recover a lot faster. I'll cover what gear I was on, but I recover a lot faster compared to another person. So if you're natural, then you might need more of a rest between your back. But generally, studies have shown that your muscles recover within about 48 hours. So if you're training your back on Tuesday, there's no reason why on Saturday you shouldn't still be sore. And even if you train on Saturday, you've got Sunday and Monday to recover your back, and you should be okay to train back again on Tuesday. Now, what you can also do is train biceps along with your second back workout on Saturday. So not on the Tuesday, but on the Saturday, and you can train shoulders triceps after your Sunday shoulder workout. That's possible. Or you can even do triceps after shoulders if that's the lagging body part for you. But for me, over the past sort of 4 years, I ensured that I trained my back at least twice a week, and I ensured I trained my shoulders twice a week. You have to ensure that your diet is right. I mean, my diet was spot on. I went through a proper bulk and then came off a cut when I had to compete. But my diet was on point. I was constantly getting 200 grams of protein a day, sufficient amount of carbs, about 350, 400, 450 grams of carbs, depending on how much I was bulking. And I ensured that I got enough recovery. So sleep was good. Um, Train twice, the back and shoulders twice a week. I would say on an average, I do about 30 sets for in total for back and for shoulder. Again, you will have these top bodybuilders who will tell you and coaches that you don't need to do more than 15 sets or 16 sets. It's all a waste. Sabakwas. You need to do the sets that you can do. So I do um, 5 exercises for back, 5 exercises for shoulders, four set exercises each, which is 20, 5 into 4, 20. Each of those sets have have a warm-up set that makes it 25. And then before I start my first set, my first exercise, I do about 3 to 4 warm-up sets to make sure I'm ready to go. So that's about 30 sets in total, give or take. I don't feel any worse than anybody else. I feel fine. How you structure your training program is another video that I'll do to tell you how that happens, but for each of the particular days. But 30 sets, between sort of 25 and 30, it's not unheard of. A lot of people do it. There are new coaches who will say you don't need to do as many and you only do 14 sets and 12 sets in the workout. They're just trying to reinvent the wheel because, I mean, if you think about how bodybuilders trained back in the 90s and 2000s, 30 sets was pretty common. I mean, they used to train twice a day. So who says you have to train 15, 16 sets as a maximum per day? It's just ridiculous. So that's my gym schedule. Just remember, any body part that you want to develop, you have to train more than once a week. I don't know if there are a lot of girls who train in India, but in Australia, the girls who want to improve the size of their glutes and their legs, which is their biggest area for bikini or wellness, they train their legs 3 times a week and their glutes 3 times a week. Like they absolutely kill their legs and their glutes. So it's not unheard of to train to each body part 2, 3 days a week, especially if you're on gear. But even as a natural, you can. I did this even as a natural. I mean, the last 4 years in my bulk cycles, I never took any gear. This year, 2026, was the first time I went on a bulk with Test and Primo and GH, which I'll talk about next. But otherwise, I did a bulk without any gear, and I was still able to train like this in my 40s. So there's no excuse. You should be able to do that as well. So any body part you want to improve, whether it's your chest, whether it's your biceps, whether it's your triceps, twice a week. See, my biceps probably not as big as my shoulders are, but it's men's physique, so they don't really care about arms. So I got to focus on what the men's physique rules are. Okay, fun part. Let's go to the compounds then. Your biggest compound always is going to be testosterone. Testosterone is your base. Everything happens because of testosterone. There are some people who do nandrolone only cycles. I don't know why they do that. Or actually, no, I do know why they do that. They do that because it's more hair safe. But you need testosterone as a base. One of the more safer kind of compound is primobolan. I have a whole video on primobolan where I've run through it, so make sure you can go and watch that video. The whole mechanisms of primobolan. And then a thing you can use also is growth hormone. So I tend to take about 4 IU of GH before bed every night. Growth hormone is expensive. I don't know in India, Kitneka, whether you can get it directly in India or you have to import it, but it is expensive. In Australian dollars, it costs about $27, $28 for 10 IU. So if you're doing 4 IU a day, you're spending $27 every 2.5 days, which means you're spending in a week, you're going through 28, almost 3 bottles. So that's 27 into 3, which is six, what, 51, $61 that you're spending. Um, sorry, $71 that you're spending. So $71 is what, about, yeah, about 1,400 rupees or something a week, which is quite expensive. So it depends if you can afford that. If you can't do GH, it's still okay. Test and Primo and food is important. Like I said, I have bulked without gear before. So all of this progress that I've had from 2022 to 2026 um, is not 2023 to 2026 is not just because of gear. Like I've done this naturally as well. This part here, 2024 and 2025, I didn't take any gear while bulking, just bulked on my own. It's only this year that I started to take gear while bulking. So think about your schedule. Whatever your body part is, I focused on shoulders and back here, but whatever your body part that you're trying to improve, whether it's chest, legs, biceps, triceps, must train it more than once or twice in a week. Compound wise, keep your compound simple when you're bulking. You don't have to make it too complicated. Test and Primo goes well, Test and EQ goes well. GH, if you can add it. Always helps to get your blood work checked. I have a whole video on what blood works to do before you start a gear, what to watch out for, what to check at the 8-week mark, and then subsequently every kind of 8 weeks, making sure you get your bloods checked to make sure your health is all fine. Hope that helped. Do like, subscribe, leave a comment. Let me know what's a body part that you find difficult to bulk on, that you found difficult to put size on. Put a comment in there. I will respond to that. As always, you can see me and find me on my Instagram, which is kg.physique. Reach out there as well. Any questions, any likes, please do subscribe, please do participate. Would love your support. And as always, stay strong, stay brown.